grand anniversary. He's out here talking sports. All right, he's out here talking sports, and that's amazing. Coach, how are you doing?
Coach is good. It's been plus 30 the last couple of days. Enjoying the summer. Do I look darker? I feel like I look darker.
Well, it's very subjective. Very subjective. Let's get into sports. The sports reverends quick hitter news, and actually, Drew Martin, you're gonna start us off.
All right. Well, Steph Curry wins the NBA scoring title, averaging 32 points per game.
KH Lee wins the Byron Nelson to earn first PGA Tour championship.
The LA Dodgers' Corey Seager fractures a bone in his right hand and will be out for 1 month. In the meantime, they've signed Albert Pujols.
The late great Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan were inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame last weekend.
Bob Baffert was suspended from entering horses at New York racetracks pending the investigation into Medina Spirit's failed drug test.
And Drew, you have the best voice for this. I'm gonna let you read the last number 6 because this is like the useless quick hitter of the night.
Well, what you didn't need to know is that the Flames and Canucks are battling for lottery contention while other teams are battling it out in the real playoffs.
Just an absolute barn burner of games. That's why the Canadian playoffs, or the North Division at least, is pushed back. Well, before we go anywhere else, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Our sponsors named Live Sweat Equity. Live Sweat Equity is all about living the growth. Their company not only sells products for you to enjoy, but they also offer you the opportunity to live the growth. They're a Canadian-based brand that is one of the first companies to combine sales with cooperative efforts in the company. Sweat Equity is not just a typical company that sells products. We offer the ability to achieve your own sweat equity. It costs nothing to be a part of our company, but as our revenue grows, so does yours. Grow with Live Sweat Equity and become part of our family with LSE Elite Brand Partnerships or becoming a part of the Ambassador Program. And for you today, for your listening in, you can check out Live Sweat Equity on Instagram and or their website. You can find that link in our website or our bio. And guess what? You get a discount code today. The discount code gives you 10% off for the whole store at Live Sweat Equity. It's Sports Reverends with capital S and capital R on the Reverends. So Sports Reverends, capital S, capital R. You'll get 10% off the entire store. Coach, why don't you lead us through the NHL discussion?
Well, since I am the most qualified. So, boys, playoffs have technically started. Canada, as usual, is a little behind. But what matchup are you most excited for?
That one hit deep, Coach.
Which matchup are you most excited for?
I'm excited about these upsets coming out of game ones. Really excited about Boston losing. Really excited about Pittsburgh losing.
Hey,
really excited about Vegas losing. I don't think he
listens.
listens. But Vegas losing, Pittsburgh losing, Boston losing. And as it stands right now, Boston's looking like they're going to go down 2-0 to Craig Anderson, the 39-year-old goalie, coming in for injury backup, and yeah, playoff hockey. It's the only hockey I actually can stand watching.
Yeah, for sure. It just makes hockey fun again. You have to be looking forward towards the Canadian matchups, but
yeah, we still got a few more days for that, right?
Yeah, until Wednesday. The Jets play the Oilers. Thursday, Leafs play the Habs. That's going to be like just top of the line ratings for both of those. But
Canada's actually shutting down. You know that, right?
Well, we already are shut down. I can't get shut down anymore. They can't even let me golf right now. So for non-Canadian teams, I'm looking at Tampa Bay to make some noise this year. Once again, Stamkos and the return and all those kinds of things. They got a lot going on. What about you, Coach?
I'm kind of intrigued by this Colorado team. There's always a team that outperforms in the regular season, and then come playoff time, it's like, can you actually go to this crucible of the playoffs and come out on top? So, actually, I've been rewatching the Jordan docuseries,
Ooh.
and I've gone to the past where the Jordan has to beat the Pistons, and I feel like Colorado's kind of at that stage where if they can make it past the first round convincingly, they could do some damage all the way through. Obviously, I'm hoping the Jets don't flame out in Edmonton. They haven't been able to beat them all year, but as we said, the best player in the game is probably going to make some noise over there. But if Edmonton loses in this first round, does that put a big dent on Connor McDavid's legacy?
Yeah.
You're shaking your head no.
Well, I think we've talked about it quite a bit. I think how hockey, it's just so different in hockey and even baseball. Really only basketball where it's like one player can really guide the team to success. And I have some I won't get into it yet, but there's some people that I can list that we can talk about with that. But for hockey, it's different. It's so team oriented. With the way McDavid, what more can he do? Basically, I guess he has to perform in the playoffs, but
right. I think he's got 72 assists this year. And that's going to be it's going to be the second most points on just assists alone. I think it's what a stat I read the other day. It's wild.
Yeah, he had a sensational year. I like your pick of Colorado, watching them because they got to go against St. Louis, who might have a bit more experience in the playoffs. But what rises to the top in the playoffs is goaltending, and if you look at Colorado's goaltender, he averaged under 2 goals against per game. And if you're letting in less than 2 goals a game, you're giving your team a chance to win every single game. And Nathan MacKinnon is right up there in the upper echelon. Like Connor McDavid, I think, has cleared himself head and shoulders. But in that Austin Matthews, Nathan MacKinnon, and whoever you want to throw in there, if Sidney Crosby's still there, I don't know if he's still there. But definitely up there. I like Colorado. I like the way they play. They're a fast team with good goalies. That's what rises to the top in the playoffs. And that's why, as a Leafs fan, I'm worried about this first round matchup because we're matching up against one of the best goalies in the league still and one of the best defensive teams in the league. And the Leafs, they've got firepower, but if you have defense, you can shut all that down. So I'm worried as a Toronto fan. I'd be really worried as a Winnipeg fan about Edmonton. Because like you said, Connor McDavid is just on a different level this year, and the second leading scorer also on the team. So
it's incredible.
If it's not one, it's the other, and sometimes it's both. So I'm worried as Canadian fans.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Coach.
Do you feel that Canadian teams have added pressure moving into this? They haven't. Last time they won a cup was in '93. It's been a long time. Do you think this format gives them kind of the best option, best chance to win a cup?
I'm actually more. I honestly expect as soon as a crossover happens, the Canadian teams to get bounced out. Simply because I find that the American teams, and not just because they're American, like, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the style of play. They're playing against the same teams the whole time. If you watch those games, it's just a much more defensive-minded teams all around. I think we watched the Canadian teams just put up record-setting goals in limited playing time. yeah, I would be worried for any Canadian team going up against an American team this year.
Drew,
Dan, what do you think?
sorry, I'm just a little distracted for a second in some of the comments here. Some of our football league, where me and Drew are joined a fantasy football league, and it's a little bit different.
I guess I'm on the clock, hey?
Drew Martin's now on the clock, but that clock is 12-hour long pick per pick. So he's not really like tight for time. But some of the people on our draft are tuning in right now. They are asking Drew Martin, are you ready to make a pick live on the Sports Reverends show? At any point, Drew, if you feel ready to make that pick live, you go ahead, okay? You just
Well, I've got 12 hours. I think we have some time. But
Cody
Kyle
Allen-
Pitts
Cody
Kyle
Allen
Pitts
is
looks
getting
so
that.
good to me right now.
All right.
Kyle Pitts is going to be
Kyle Pitts is next level. The only problem is they're going to spread the ball around there.
yeah.
This Chapman man is also chatting a lot too.
I would make the pick with you guys if Dan wasn't also in the league.
Oh, that's fair. That's
Except
I'll
that
go with this.
Dan made the worst pick in history. We did mock drafts together. I told him no quarterbacks going before the third or fourth round. He picks
That's
Patrick
before
Mahomes,
Patrick
second,
Mahomes was going
second,
11th, 12th.
second overall. Second overall.
Ooh.
I had
That-
3 first rounders, and I stand by it. Drew's
Well,
also
anyways.
being a bad friend about it too. He's talking behind my back to these people I don't even know. To these people he don't even stand
He
up to
he
me.
had 3 picks in the first round. Did not take a wide receiver.
I'm gonna get mine. Don't you?
I'm
worry.
actually really. This is a terrible segue, but like, who else did you pick?
I got Cam Akers. I got Derrick Henry, and I now have also I also have Waller as my tight end.
You're banking on a lot of health there.
You're getting destroyed in the chat on our on the sleeper app.
That's okay. That's okay. All
Did
these
you
country-
use your
all
full
these
12
country
hours to
bumpkins-
make these picks?
All these country
No,
bumpkins,
he did.
half these guys they love the CFL more than the NFL. We got Chris Streveler's beard as one of the team names. Come on now.
I mean, that doesn't mean they're wrong.
All right, should we do a crowdsourcing who they think we should pick, or who they think I should pick?
Who
Well, yeah,
should
who do you got- who do you have so
Martin
far?
pick the next pick, boys. Cody Allen, Mark Poirier, whoever else is tuning in. Who should Drew Martin pick? Give him your actual fantasy advice. All right, not your making him feel bad.
I got Tyreek Hill and George Kittle so far.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I think Kill's going to put up some big numbers this year.
San Fran man.
I got-
right there.
I got Kyler Murray on the board, Josh Allen on the
Tim
board.
Tebow.
Yeah, Tim Tebow. Yeah.
I vote Colin Kaepernick.
I'm not doing Colin Kaepernick.
Why? Because he's
my
black?
goodness.
Oh, Drew, come on.
Ooh, come on.
Come on.
You know what? Here's a side topic while you're thinking about this. So many guys are upset that Kaepernick didn't get chosen, but Tim Tebow has a place now. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Wait, say that
Like-
again, Coach?
A lot of people were upset because Colin Kaepernick hasn't had a camp invite or anything,
He has.
but then Tim Tebow got a job as a tight end.
Well,
But it's like, well, hold on.
go ahead.
Kaepernick had a chance and he showed out to a bunch of guys, right? Like real NFL GMs. They must have seen something they didn't like. You know what I mean?
For sure. Jay Martin, do you hold on to that question? I'll get to you in a second. I'm just going to answer the coach here. Yeah, Kaepernick's had multiple opportunities. If he wanted to have as many tryouts as he wanted to, he could have had them. Tim Tebow is getting a lot of flack because it's his buddy Urban Meyer, who he calls like a dad, is giving him an opportunity, and people are mad about that. Except for everyone in Jacksonville. Everyone in Jacksonville is loving it. So, and a lot of other people are loving it too. Just mainstream media is hating on Tim Tebow
Right.
because he's 33 and hasn't played in the league in 6 or 7 years or something like that. So I'll just say that. Tim Tebow, everyone has connections. You use your connections to get opportunities. You do what you can with the opportunity. All right, that's what it is. Tim Tebow, more power to him, right? What's the worst that can happen having Tim Tebow there? Galvanize the locker room, being a good locker room teammate and all that stuff. Right?
You're going to get a lot more praying happening in the locker room.
Exactly. I'm going to start Tebowing all the time here. All right, who's Colorado playing again?
Colorado's playing St. Louis.
Okay. The Jay Martins asked, who's winning tonight, Colorado or St. Louis?
Colorado 3-1.
The expert. Who Sports Rev Drew?
The safe pick is Colorado. Yeah.
I'm with you.
I wouldn't go against that. I can see a scenario where Colorado might come out flat, but I think there's enough disappointment in that room from their first round exits over the past couple years when they've been. I think they lost to Minnesota. Was it last year or 2 years ago when they were a high seed? I think they'll be coming out flat this year. And yeah, like I said, they've got one of the 2 or 3 best players in the whole league. So
okay, NHL. Who's?
Come on, what's the score?
Oh yeah.
3-2. I'll go 3-2 Colorado.
Okay, all right.
I'm going 2-1 Colorado. 2-1 Colorado. Do you guys have a Stanley Cup champion?
Oof.
It's too early.
Too early? It's the first round of the playoffs.
We haven't seen anyone play against
the crossover.
Anyone else?
But we kind of know how that's going to go. Come on, stop it.
You don't know. It's playoffs.
They're there. You never know, right? It could. Okay. Drew?
How about you pick a top 4?
A top 4?
Yeah.
That's too many to pick. I'll pick one.
What do you mean? No, like India.
Just move on.
All right. Wow. Grumpy Gus over here.
This is his birthday. He's allowed to be grumpy. Well, moving on means I'm throwing it over to you, Drew. Something you wanted for your birthday that I don't think you got.
Probably because I bought enough already. Talking about our One Bone shirts, Dan and I have already got ours. Going off script here, I don't even have one. So if you are a bigger guy, if you're a whatever, they make them for everybody. But these shirts are zero guts revealed. They're for big, tall, and all guys. They're the best material I've ever put on my body, and I can't say enough good things about all their shirts. My favorite has been the Michael.
Tell me what the Michael's about. What the Michael?
The Michael long sleeve. It's a waffle t-shirt, but it feels like a gym shirt on the inside. Just so soft, so luxurious. If you want to get yours today, you can use our code SportsRevs15 for 15% off your order. Don't let the price scare you. These shirts are absolutely worth it. And if you use that code, it helps us out. It helps you out. And yeah, just I honestly want to replace my whole closet with One Bones, and I was actually going to send them a letter today. If they ever put a collar on a shirt, then I can wear it at the golf course, and that's all I'll be wearing. Because my closet has turned into, I've got my One Bone shirts, I've got my golf shirts, and then I've got shirts I don't wear anymore. That's all I've got.
I love it.
Sports Revs 15.
Boom. Check it out on our website. If you missed it all, check out the sponsors tab. It'll redirect you everywhere you need to go. Love it. Okay, now this is what I've been waiting for, Coach. I want to talk a little bit about the NBA. We got the Play-In Tournament coming on Wednesday. And let's just explain how the Play-In worked. Basically, the way it worked this year, whoever finished in the 7th and 8th spot in the standings would play each other. And whoever finished in the 9th and 10th spots would play each other. And the 7th and 8th would play for one game, winner takes all for the 7th spot. If the loser of the 7th, 8th game would have to play the winner of the 9th and 10th game, and that would be for the 8th spot. So why I'm so excited about this? Sunday was also like Christmas for me because I think only about 5 teams was solidified in the standings. So much changed in the NBA standings on Sunday. One of the biggest surprises is probably the New York Knicks landing in the 4th spot. Incredible. Coach Tibbs, Derrick Rose, wow, just unbelievable. But what it's set up in the West is Joel's Spurs versus the Memphis Grizzlies in the 10th and 9th spot. Should be a good game. I honestly don't know who's going to win. But the best thing is Steph Curry, who is now the scoring MVP, winning a scoring title this year. Absolutely, if you've been watching any basketball at all, Steph Curry has been the best show in the game right now. He's been absolutely incredible. So we have Steph Curry and the Warriors taking on LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and those other Lakers that we don't even know about. And it's one game. And obviously in a series, everyone's going to take Lakers over the Warriors. But in one game, that guy Steph Curry, he can win against anybody in one game. That's how good he is.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it doesn't matter if the Lakers win or lose that game.
I know it doesn't matter. Well, actually, it matters good I think it's good for the Warriors to win.
It's good. Well, I mean, it's good for the Warriors to win. But the Lakers have 2 shots at making it the playoffs.
They're making it. Oh, 100%.
And yeah, I just
it's just gonna be.
I love San Antonio. I love them a lot. There's just no way they're beating the Lakers.
No chance.
Like 0.
No chance. I don't know. If
I
don't know if they'll even beat.
They'll beat Memphis. Memphis looked terrible the other night.
They did.
So
it's just the worst.
San Antonio wins.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. It's the worst reward playing the Lakers for winning.
For Utah coming in first place.
Yeah.
That is the worst reward you can ever get is, you get to play the Lakers after a few warm-up games they have. So, yes, I'm excited. That's the 19th, you
which
said?
Sucks.
Are you sure it's the 19th?
Yes, the 18th, Indiana plays Charlotte. Woo! Boston's plays Washington.
Yeah.
19th, Memphis, San Antonio. Lakers, Golden State.
Okay. So anything exciting in the East that you're looking at there? It's amazing the Wizards now somehow finished in 8th.
Yeah. If I'm Philly or Brooklyn, I really don't want to play Washington because they have nothing to lose. Like especially Philly. Like Brooklyn has the 3-headed monster. So I don't think that's going to be maybe Washington takes a game, maybe 2. But Philly, Bradley Beal and Westbrook would just go nuts.
Isn't Bradley
Absolutely
Beal
nuts?
It says Bradley Beal won't be 100% though.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because
that doesn't matter.
He'll be fine come playoff time. That's what I'm saying. It's not. I don't expect Washington to win the series. If they play the Sixers, I think they take 2 games off of them, surprising them like that. But if they play Brooklyn, they may take 1. But I mean, you really don't want to see Washington. Boston, without Brown, not really scared. Charlotte,
Is Brad
Indiana.
I think Charlotte can make some noise.
Gordon Hayward is hurt for their play-in game.
Yeah,
that's a huge loss.
Yeah,
I mean,
Scary Terry though.
I think Indiana's going to beat them though. I think Indiana's going to beat them.
Yeah, Indiana's nice. We can't go against it. I think Indiana makes it.
Do you think Indiana could beat Philly?
I think that's a good matchup for Indy.
Yeah, I think that's a great matchup for Indy.
That is a great matchup for Indy.
Right? Because
it's going to be a good series, yeah.
Yeah.
And
if Indiana can...
Is everybody healthy on Indy? Is Miles Turner healthy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Everyone but TJ Warren, right?
Yeah.
And
I like that matchup because Miles Turner and Sabonis Miles Turner's underrated defensively.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
And Brogdon is about as shut down point guard as you can get. You won't completely stop Ben Simmons, but he's fast enough to keep up with anybody.
Yeah.
And Karis LeVert, like that's a squad there.
For sure.
I think Indiana plays better in the half court than Philadelphia does.
Oh, for sure.
And Indiana might be more proven in the playoffs than Philly. Let's see how Joel Embiid does.
Maybe.
Right? Like,
can that kid run up and down the court for the full game without having to be subbed out?
He's had one MVP-like season, and everyone's anointing him as like the next greatest big man of all time.
Embiid drives me nuts.
Why? Why
he's so talented.
Like, he has the body type and the skills to be unstoppable down low, and he refuses to go down there. He reminds me like Andrew Enns on our basketball team. Like he just always wants to hit threes.
Yeah.
It's like you are bigger than everybody, and you could just destroy if you just stayed down in the post.
And when he does so well. Not Andrew Enns, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Andrew couldn't do either. But yeah, he just seems to always gravitate to get out to the 3-point line. It's like,
just be a man. Just bang down low, take your lumps, like, and score 35 points a game.
Hold on, let's be fair. This season he's been doing it, right? If Embiid doesn't get hurt this year, he's our MVP.
And that's the thing though. If Joel Embiid doesn't get hurt, that's the entire theme of his career.
That's true.
If he's not hurt, if he's not out of shape, it's a lot of all these big ifs, and it's like, bro, you're an NBA player. Get in shape. Go play some defense.
He looks like he's in shape this year.
Okay, and regular season is one thing, playoffs is another.
Sure.
If he comes out gunning and just destroys in the first 2 rounds and they lose to Brooklyn by 1 game, whatever, and he has a great run, opinion changed. 100%. But my lasting impression of Joel Embiid was him struggling up and down the court while we watched Kawhi crush that shot.
And then the crying.
And then, well, I get the crying. Jordan cried too, so.
It's just great. Okay.
It's just funny.
In our docket, our question was, does anyone want to play Washington in the first round? Is it fair to say that Indiana would be scarier than Washington?
I think Indiana has a better all-around team than Washington, but Washington's firepower, like Russell Westbrook has the ability to just take over a game. Especially because
go 20-20-20.
Well, this year he's actually started to do what he should do and stop shooting as much because he's fast enough, athletic enough to get to the rim whenever he wants. He reminds me of a little bit of like Derrick Rose during his MVP season when he was legit, like he legit could get to the rim whenever he wanted and had the ability to finish, had the ability to dish, and has some guys around him now that are good enough to hit shots. Like let Bradley Beal take care of the 3-point shooting. Even Hachimura's out there, Bertans. They've got enough shooters. Russell Westbrook should never take a 3-point shot. That's my.
And like I don't know how much, like in Houston, Russell Westbrook was asked to shoot the 3-pointer, right? And I don't know why.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you're right. When he doesn't shoot, it's great. Still has to, the end of the game decision still has to, smarten up on some of those transition shots, those mid-range jumpers. But we'll see. Playoffs are where legends get born.
Playoffs.
And if Westbrook ever, he won't win a championship this year. Yeah, nice. If he ever does win a championship, we'll talk about this maybe another day, but that will change, in my perspective, where he actually ranks in the all-time point guards. Right now, people are trying to say he's top 3. His coach...
No, it goes...
His coach said he's top 2 all-time. behind Magic.
Well, of course his coach is
I'm
going to
just
say
saying,
that.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's not that top 2 talent, maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
You got to win championships. Got to win championships.
Incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Except, I don't know, defensively. Like, I would love to see him take it on defensively, but...
He just gambles too much on defense.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Top 3. Who are they bouncing out? Because you got Magic, you got Isaiah.
Steph?
John Stockton.
Dame? Would you put Westbrook over Dame? Is Westbrook even a top 3 in the league now?
Yeah, I would put him over Dame.
I wouldn't.
The dude averaged a triple-double.
But it's not like... Okay, if you watch his games too, have you ever watched a Wizards game? Be honest.
Snippets. Not a full game.
Right? It's,
Never.
It's very, very... It's amazing to see him work and his drive, but he'll literally go in front of the bigs, push them out of the way when no one's around and say, I got this rebound. Okay?
Who cares?
It's a little bit of stat
Come on.
padding.
And what's okay? And Dame has done nothing his entire career.
What do you mean?
How many conference finals has he gone to?
1.
How many rings does he have?
0. But,
So he's not any better or worse than Westbrook.
well, it's debatable. Come on. He's bounced Westbrook out in the OKC.
Whatever. So what?
He's the one carrying his team too. You know, he always gets them out of the first round usually. Westbrook's been eliminated.
If he's so
Westbrook's been eliminated 7 out of the 8 years into the first round. Harden had to kick him out of the second round.
Here's the thing, like, well, this is always going to be something that I don't understand. You can't build your playoff roster on 2 small guards. It's been proven over and over again. CJ is too small.
Whoa. You can't say
Prove me wrong. You shouldn't. Okay, you shouldn't.
because there's one team that did.
Who?
The Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars.
No, Drew Dumars is pretty tall, I thought.
No.
I'm looking up his height right now. If I could spell height, that'd be good. Who cares about meters? Google, why would you show me meters?
Ask Google.
I don't have it up
Hey
here.
Google.
Go ask.
Just look it up. Why are you looking?
Joe
that
Dumars
up?
was 6'3".
Huh? That's not.
He was
That's
6'3".
small. Stop it.
That's kind of small.
Okay. But the rest of history, you're right. Okay, take it.
Okay. All right. So okay, there's a rule. Every exception to the rule. And CJ McCollum, he should trade him away.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, get somebody. Like, I love Carmelo, but he's a Band-Aid. You need somebody else who can play defense and score, and just be that number 2 guy.
It's true.
I think Norm Powell was a good pickup for them if they can get rid of.
Give Dame
McCollum.
James Harden. How far do they go? Give Dame Kevin
With who?
Durant. How far do they go?
I don't know
Give
actually.
Dame Paul George. How far do they go? Farther than Westbrook took.
Maybe, but that's a personality issue at that point. Yeah, absolutely.
Westbrook, you can't just say his game's not flawed. He has flaws in his games too.
Did I say that? No.
I'm just saying. That's what you're insinuating.
If we go top 5 point guards, you go, who's number 1 for you? Okay, 2.
Dame.
Wow, I go Kyrie.
Oh,
Look, the guy doesn't even try 50, 40, 90. I hate the guy. I think he's dumb, but the guy can ball out. Okay, like I've never had a player that I dislike so much that I've had to rank so high. Okay, like it's so annoying, and it's just stupid. But the guy can just flat out ball. I don't know what it is.
It's pretty easy when you have James Harden and Kevin Durant. Look at him in Boston.
Yeah, even before that though, he would still play amazing.
No, he wouldn't. The stats are not that great in Boston. This is his first year ever, 50, 40, 90.
Maybe it's because he's got his new inner peace.
All the sage. All the sage. Okay, let's get to our last little bit of the NBA. Which top 3 seed is in danger of losing in the first round? Utah, Phoenix.
Anybody in the West, apparently.
Who's the third in the West right now?
Denver.
Utah, Phoenix, Denver. All potential.
No.
Yeah.
But Denver had Jamal Murray.
Denver plays Portland.
But Portland
matches up well with
It's gonna
Denver.
be a good series, I think. If Utah
I
gets
think
the Lakers,
Portland can-
they're done. If Phoenix gets the Lakers,
Yeah.
they're done. If Utah gets the Warriors, I think they win. But I think Phoenix and the Warriors, that's gonna be tight.
I don't think it's going to be as tight as people think. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I take that back. If that bench can do something for Golden State,
Yeah.
just
They've
anything,
come up a little.
just help Steph out.
They've had a decent second
Just-
half of the year.
Yeah, but I watched the game 2 nights ago where they played. Who were they playing? Crap. Oh, it was. What was it now? I can't even remember right now the other team. Sacramento? No. It was some low team. And it was Memphis. Sorry, it was Memphis. Ja Morant and some other guy.
Yeah, that was last.
They could barely beat Memphis.
No, come on. Oh no! Oh yeah,
They were-
the bench.
No, the game was close, Daniel.
Well, it was. Did you watch the whole
And then-
game?
and
I
then
watched that whole game. They were up by 15.
I watched the second half.
They came back, and because
Yeah,
the bench
but
was
the
terrible,
the guy who brought them back fouled out
The
with a
Canadian
stupid
boy.
foul at the end. And then it was like, okay, fine. But they could barely hold off Memphis. So
Well-
if that bench steps up, Phoenix is in big trouble.
Yeah,
Because Green can cover Ayton.
easily. Yeah,
Steph is going to destroy
CP3,
Chris Paul. Booker
Booker.
might be an issue.
You can't stop him. Anyone else you think that's gonna have trouble in the? What about the East? Philly. We talked about Philly. I think the Nets and the Bucks are just too good.
I think Milwaukee might have a problem with Miami.
Yeah, Miami's good, right?
That's a tough matchup, and Milwaukee
Happened last
kind of
year, right?
sucked. Yeah.
The difference is Drew Holiday, basically. So I'm rolling with Milwaukee. In fact, like
That one's
to build on your Kyrie Irving hate and dislike, I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
choose them to win the NBA championship anymore. That's how much I don't like him. Out of pure heartfelt emotion, I'm not choosing the Nets to win the NBA championship anymore. Did you guys see his interview?
no. I stopped paying
His
attention.
last post-game interview, he's like, I just can't talk about basketball right now. There's just too much going on in the world. I just can't. I don't care. Whatever question you're gonna ask me, I don't care. You guys don't matter. It
And
doesn't matter.
you know what? If this was somebody who actually knew what they were talking about and had an opinion and done some research, I'd be like, well, that's awesome. But this is just somebody, again, pure surface value, because I don't know Kyrie, but like, he thought the world was flat. So how much do you actually know about anything? And you're just,
That's what a year of Duke
Yeah,
education will
thanks.
get you.
at least the kids at Duke go to school, unlike the NC boys. It's just like, you seem so disingenuous when you say things like that. Like, you have no idea. There's always the side the media portrays one way or the other. But like, if he goes to Israel and visits next in the off season, sure, then I'll be like, okay, this dude actually has an interest. But for him to say like, oh yeah, there's so much in the world, like, well, like, it's just so disingenuous, and that's my problem. It's like, whenever you see LeBron with a book in his hand, he's always on page 1.
Yeah.
The dude's never read any of those books. It's always just posing for the camera, and it's that kind of malarkey and just absolute garbage, which is, regular people look at that and you're like, bro, you have no idea. Maybe you came up from suffering, maybe, but now that you make $1 billion and live in a gated community and talking about Black Lives Matter, that doesn't make any sense. I want to hear from somebody who's actually
Put your money where your mouth is.
down in the.
Okay.
Hey?
Put your money where your mouth is. I have to say, LeBron
Yeah.
James did one of the best moves he could ever do when it comes to
Space Jam 2?
When it comes to Space Jam. He got Michael Jordan.
What did-
Michael Jordan's going to be playing a cameo in Space Jam. So that's going to, like, he's trying to build the bridge of the conversation.
I'll wait till it comes out on VHS before I watch it.
VHS. Well, Joel, transition to your commercial.
Wow, that was just a terrible segue. What? God the Father. Apparently, I bought a few shirts now, waiting for it to come over. Got them for Pops. Had to get an extra large, but that's okay. The COVID-15 on Pops. Well, you have to get them to model something when they come in. But God the Father seeks to provide high-quality streetwear. The GTF goal is more than just awesome clothing. I hear streetwear, I think Thug Life, and I think Dad in a Thug Life like hoodie and his Kangol hat and like, you know, just anyways.
If we want to move merchandise, we need Dad to read. We need both of our dads to read our commercials from now on. Just Bruce and
I think that would be
just going back and forth.
All right. The God the Father goal is more than just awesome clothing. It's an opportunity to spark a conversation, something that both those men are very good at doing. God the Father apparel was created as a way for people to share their experiences with faith. For many, it can be a difficult thing to do, but God the Father gives an opportunity to share about your own experience in an efficient yet subtle manner. Something both are also not good at. They're just going to just tell you how it is. God the Father takes pride in their premium quality clothing, and by following us here at the Sports Revs, today you get an exclusive discount, Sports Rev 15, SPORTSREV15. Use it at checkout. Save yourself some money. Head over to One Brand. Get some One Bone over there. Get some shirts. And expand your wardrobe. God the Father, go check it out. Get some pics up on the website of Jonathan once he's got his gear. And we'll go from there.
Oh.
Last but not least, trivia time.
All right, trivia time. I got some fun stuff for my boys, and this is what we'll do. We'll go. Joel, you answer the first question. Drew, you answer the second question. Joel third, Drew fourth. Okay, we'll go that way. Okay.
How about the fifth one?
Say what?
Who answers the fifth one?
There's lots.
Turn the music down.
Too loud?
Yeah.
All right. You got Grandpa. Drew now turned 29. He's officially telling children to pull their pants up as they walk in the sidewalk, and has become Grandpa.
You don't have to worry about that with One Bone shirts. They're long enough.
Boom. Sports Rev 15. Discount code. Let's go. You guys ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think you guys are going to do good. Actually, we'll start with...
Do we have a category first?
Say what?
Do we have a category for the trivia?
The category is sports. So,
Great.
This is all things sports, okay?
Cricket. Let's do some cricket.
There's some funky sports in there. I won't lie, but some are good. I'm going to start with Drew first, okay? Here we go. A good walk spoiled is a quote, okay? A good walk spoiled. This is how Mark Twain is believed to have described which sport?
Golf.
Boom! Correct!
That was so
Drew,
easy.
Are you serious? I did not think you'd get that. Okay. Second. All right, we'll keep track together. Question number 2. Joel, Michael Jordan has worn 3 numbers over his NBA career. 23, 45, and...
Oh, he said 45. Shoot.
I know this one.
I want to say 55.
No stealing, and that is incorrect, my friend. Drew, do you want to just give an answer?
9.
Incorrect. You guys aren't even...
He wore it for the USA.
That is not what they're talking about. NBA career. NBA.
What's the number?
During his NBA career.
The number is 12. Do you guys remember this? It's actually in the Michael Jordan documentary.
Stolen jersey in Orlando.
On February 14th, 1990, he wore number 12 because number 23 was stolen. Correct. So you're still at 0, though. Drew, good luck on this one. The New Zealand men's basketball team has which nickname? The New Zealand
what?
men's basketball team. Their national team. So their national team has a similar name to same name all throughout their national team. What is their men's basketball team?
I don't know.
The New Zealand's national team is actually called for rugby, soccer. They're called the All Blacks. The All Blacks. But for basketball, because they thought it was funny, they called them the Tall Blacks. So that's the New Zealand national basketball team. Is the New Zealand Tall Blacks. Coach, in bowling, what is the name given for 3 consecutive strikes?
Turkey.
Boom! Correct.
That's the easiest question ever.
Okay.
Yours was
go.
way easier.
All right, Drew, you should know this next one. 1-1. Which Chicago Cubs player had to take time off due to a violent sneeze?
Oh.
He sneezed so violently he suffered from back spasms.
I think Jake Arrieta?
Incorrect. Coach, you got a guess?
No, not even maybe.
Sammy Sosa sneezed so hard he had back spasms.
Oh!
All of them.
That was because of all the steroids.
Juiced up sneeze is what I'm saying. Who's next? Joel?
I'm next.
Pistol Pete was the nickname given to which multiple tennis Grand Slam title winner?
Pete Sampras.
Pete Sampras. Correct. 2-1, I believe, is the score. 2-1. Now, Drew,
Do you know who Pete Sampras is?
Drew, you might not get this one, but I know Joel would get this one. I didn't choose the order. What is the name of the fictional sport played in the Harry Potter series?
Oh, Quidditch.
Quidditch!
Yes.
What's the score?
2 up.
2-2.
2-2. All right, the average baseball game lasts for 2 to 3 hours. During this time, on average, how many minutes of actual action are there?
Okay, so is it giving you a range for the answers, or basically, because let's just say there's 180 minutes.
How many
actual time?
minutes of action are there?
30.
Drew, do you have an answer?
No.
The answer is 18. Yes, that is correct.
Oh.
Around 90% of baseball is spent standing. Time between pitches alone takes on an average of 1 hour and 15 minutes. Next.
Man, what a sport.
This one is just ridiculous. So this is so easy. Which sport do the Pittsburgh Penguins play?
Hockey.
Boom!
This is ridiculous.
What's the score at?
3-2 after 8 questions.
And from hockey, we go to a fun one. In the Test cricket series, the Ashes. Teams from England and Australia compete for the right to hold a trophy containing ashes. What are the ashes inside the trophy said to be made of?
What?
You don't know? What do you mean? This is in your blood.
We're gonna get canceled pretty soon because you keep doing that voice.
Very good.
I honestly have no idea.
The ashes are said to be made of a burnt cricket ball. No, sorry.
I could have guessed
a burnt
that.
cricket bale. Is bale the bat of a cricket? Is that what I'm assuming?
I don't know,
Is it a
actually.
ball or a bale? I'm assuming it's the bale. The wooden bat would make more sense.
I don't know.
Next up, Drew Martin, winner of 8 Olympic Games gold medals. This Usain is the only sprinter to win at 3 Olympic Games consecutively. What is Usain's last name?
This is so unfair.
Bolt.
Usain Bolt is absolutely correct. You are just stumped. You are like as good as Stump the Schwab.
That's almost like it was too easy. I thought it might be trick question.
Now,
So he's
Joe,
had hockey, he's had bolt and golf as his answers,
I
and
didn't
Quidditch,
choose
which is
to
even
vote.
that hard.
I didn't rig this, I swear. Next question. How many dimples are
His
there on
birthday.
an average golf ball?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll give you
300.
Huh?
300.
Okay, that's
No small
okay,
golf
Okay,
ball
this
is.
is what we'll do.
Yeah, I've seen a golf ball.
out. You
All right.
you say a number, and Drew, you say a number. Whoever gets the closest gets the points.
Okay, well, it's obviously not 300.
Just 'cause Drew said it wasn't?
You know what? I'm sticking with my answer. I want to go with 300. First gut instinct.
Now Drew has the advantage because he can either go 301 or 299.
That's fine. You already had Quidditch, hockey, bolt as his answers, so you know.
I'll go with 50.
The answer is on
50?
the average golf ball there are 336 dimples. That's
Gotta
crazy.
be.
That's crazy. I wouldn't expect
I
that.
obviously have never looked at a golf ball before.
Joel knows his dimples.
I'm gonna go get one right now because I don't think that's right.
Get out the market with a marker each one. In which sport, whoever's next? In which sport do competitors
Drew.
race towards the finish line but don't cross it?
Oh,
What, repeat it. Sorry,
Which
I'm
sport
eating.
do competitors race towards a finish line but don't cross it?
Ooh, but don't cross it.
wow. That's a tough one.
I can't. I don't even know.
Coach?
No idea.
The answer is swimming. Oh. I got 2 more
Okay.
questions here, boys. What's the score?
It's 4-3 for Drew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motown Muscle, Philadelphia Hitmen, and the Las Vegas High Rollers are all professional team names for which sport? You know this. I know this. There was a feature about this recently.
That doesn't help at all. Motown Muscle.
Philadelphia Hitmen and Las Vegas High Rollers are all professional.
I want to
teams.
say roller derby, but that can't be right. It's either hockey or roller derby.
Okay. Drew?
No
The
idea.
answer is bowling. Bowling. The guy.
What feature came out of this?
There's a one feature of this guy who does the best celebrations after bowling, and he said some phrase. I can't even remember what the phrase is, but it was something. It was similar to like Drew Brees' "Who dat?" and he starts screaming it, but it didn't make sense. It was very funny.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I feel like everyone's seen it. Okay. You might.
Except me, apparently.
This is a tough one, but Drew,
So
you might
this is
know.
the last question. Drew's already won, just by the way. Drew has won.
Okay, I just want to ask him this one.
I'm just saying.
Colorado
I'm bitter
Rockies
about it.
player Clint Barnes broke his collarbone after carrying what up the stairs?
I don't know.
He carried deer meat up the stairs and he broke his arm.
Collarbone.
Surprised you didn't have the question about the guy who got injured playing Xbox or PlayStation.
Who is that?
There's a baseball player that.
Oh, too much Fortnite. David Price.
Yeah, David Price.
Oh, look at you guys. Look at you guys.
There's also a guy that slipped in the shower.
That's pretty rough.
Don't know who that one is.
No.
Okay, boys.
Anyways,
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in today.
happy birthday, Drew.
Happy
Thanks.
birthday and anniversary to our very own Sports Rev Drew. Keep being great. Go buy some One Bone shirts or Live Sweat Equity stuff or God the Father apparel, and you'll be happy you did that. You can check it out all on our website or social medias. Thanks for tuning in and all the comments today. Sorry we're not great at commenting while we're live because we just
I did pick Kyle Pitts, by the way.
Kyle Pitts off the charts. Boom. Love that pick.
And someone's already messaging me to trade for him.
Well, everybody, we'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get this up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts eventually. We will talk to you guys another day. Peace out, world.